way. You know.
Yeah, they used to have an air raid. Now they don't.
Oh, no, it's just a can of Raid, and it's killing all the bugs.
Is right.
It's no, you're right. Well, I mean, you know, the Antonio Brown thing, you can't blame him for moving on for him. Just
oh yeah, I mean that was expected.
And it sounds like, obviously this is all speculative, but just hearing, I guess, like Mike Lombardi, who works for The Athletic, he's kind of, because he's plugged into Patriots, it sounds like they felt Josh Gordon, they felt he was probably going to fall off again. So that's why they cut ties. But it is one of those things where, like, you see, like, man. Oh, if he falls off, he falls off. We, you know, it's like we got a broken Marvin Sanu, a Philip Dorsett, who I don't, you know, like definitely Indianapolis won that trade.
Oh yeah,
and
Edelman, you know, I mean, he gives it his best shot, but you know,
it's predictable. You know what's going to him.
Yeah,
I mean, and running back, I mean, Sony Michel has moments.
He had 8 yards.
8 yards.
I'm pretty sure he had 8 yards.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's like offensive line's bad. Now, their defense was pretty good, and then all of a sudden, they can't stop the run.
Well, it's like with any defense. If your offense is as bad as the Patriots has been now for a while, like, you get gas because you're on the field.
Yeah.
So, and particularly with KC, like, that's a track team. I mean, they're particularly just Tyreek Hill by himself. Guys are going to get gas.
Well, you could tell that in that one pass. They had 2 guys on him, and he just kind of juked and was gone. You know, and they had no juice to get anywhere near
KC
him.
Looked like KC of old. Didn't they rebirth from this weekend?
Yes. And to a lesser extent, even though they still might not make the playoffs, Rams also feel that way.
Did they dress down Seattle or what?
It's a big win. It actually going back to San Francisco, what a great game. You bounce back from a hard loss that you still should take a lot from. You win against probably the second best team in the NFC, and then the team that kind of had the tiebreaker over you, they lose to the Rams. It was a great day for the 49ers.
Yeah.
So should we take back everything we've said about Jared Goff? He had a good game.
Well, again, I think I've stayed pretty much on it. I don't completely. He was never the reason he was as good as he was. He's never as bad as he was. Like, they kind of got Gurley's playing better now. I don't know if his knees just feeling better. He's definitely playing better. Their offensive line, with some of the injuries they have, some of the younger guys seem to be kind of stepping up, and they're maybe gelling. It was mainly an offensive line problem. I think they were, and still, like, in this offseason, they're going to have to add more to the offense. I think they kept it too much the same, which is bizarre because they got dressed down in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, like, the last 2 weeks, Higbee has had over 100 yards. They're tight end. Both and Everett was playing well before he got injured. Their other tight end, so they're incorporating the tight end a lot more. So they are adjusting it. I still think Goff is a solid quarterback. To be fair to your point, he was never as good as his numbers were last year. I don't think he's as bad as his numbers are this year. I think he's he's a quality. He doesn't deserve the money he's making. I will give you that, but.
Yeah, he's Drew Brees light to me.
And have we seen the last of Brees? Is there a chink in the armor? There he goes. Bye-bye. What do you guys think of Brees?
I think like I said, I think he still played well against a good defense at home, but I kind of said on our last one, I feel like they need to make the move to Bridgewater. I just think he's going to be what you see with Tom Brady is what you're going to see with Drew Brees here very shortly. And I think you make the move now that you have the guy. Again, going back to what Lugg said, you don't want to make the same mistake Patriots did in letting Jimmy Garoppolo leave and being stuck with a guy who just falls off a cliff.
Yeah, but Brady can run. We forgot that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I got to go back to college football. So who we picking, baby? I'll go first.
Okay.
Ohio State.
All right. I'm going Clemson. Clemson. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. Something to prove. Like you said, finishing number 3 after an undefeated season. What is going on?
My heart my heart says LSU for Joe Burrow.
What's your pocketbook say, son?
I also
where are you putting your money?
The Joe Burrow fan club now resumes.
I also probably go with Clemson. I think they are, and then look, I think they deserve to be number 3 because you just look at the quality of wins by the 2 teams above them. They deserve to be ahead of Clemson, but I think there's nothing worse than a football team with a chip on their shoulder that they all buy into.
But they got 2 really hard games. That's a long road for them.
I still believe in them because, like, you watch that Virginia, and I know Virginia's not as good as Wisconsin or Georgia, but just you watch that game, it's like who needs to go off? Higgins, you go off. ETN, you go off. It's just like, all right, we'll just get everybody over 100 yards, and then like let's just like peace out. So
yeah, I'm sorry, but
who's there?
Who's coming to dinner?
No idea. They just decided to knock on the door.
Hello. I forgot about that deal, dog.
We can edit that out. Don't worry about it. It's on. This is a podcast, not a live broadcast.
Yeah. So.
So about the local bowl games, who do you?
We got that going.
I think the Music City Bowl is good for U of L. I think lots of people can go, and he can continue to build that sort of family atmosphere that he likes. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad for those guys who stuck around and survived the whole Petrino era, the no coach anywhere kind of era.
Mm-hmm. Petrino, right? No coach, right?
No, none of it. UK, good for them. IU,
Milk
good
Bowl.
for them.
Yeah, IU, the Gator Bowl. All right.
Yeah. And did Western end up anywhere? I forgot to look.
Yes, they play. I believe Western Michigan.
Oh, they
it's
can
the
play.
Battle of the Westerns.
It is. It's a Western. It's the First Responder Bowl. Western Mich versus Western KY. Yeah, it's the.
I think they've got a shot at that.
Western Sizzling Bowl. I think they call that.
I think like all the matchups are pretty even, so like they can go either way on all the local bowls. I think. I don't think any of them should be prohibitive favorites.
I'm afraid Mississippi State.
Gonna spank them.
U of L just is not
like
equipped to handle a running attack. They proved that with UK. I mean, Mississippi State's going to chew them. Mm-hmm. I think they'll do fine the first half, and then their adrenaline will go. But it's like Michigan. Is it Michigan, Alabama?
It is Michigan, Alabama.
Yeah.
But Alabama players have already said they're not going to play, the ones that are looking towards the pros.
Not going to dress.
They still have enough good players that they could compete.
With Michigan, it's too, quarterback.
Remember, this is Jim, not John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, mainly, it's just. I mean, I hate just hating on a dude, but it's just like, I know Jones hasn't played that much, but like I believe in Jones in like the 4 or 5 games he's played. I've seen enough Shea Patterson's. Like I don't trust Shea Patterson.
No, he threw it up several times just for grabs in games that I watched. We're going to do wild ass predictions. Man, that rattled my backside.
We just stepped into the mammoth cave on this one. Yes, prediction time. Take it away.
I'm going to just step out there and say right now, Baltimore Ravens, Super Bowl winners.
Super Bowl champions.
Lamar Jackson, MVP.
Wow, that's 2.
Just so we have differing opinions, I will go.
That's on tape now, so.
I will go with the 49ers.
All right.
To win the Super Bowl.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. And who's going to be the MVP? Come on.
Who's going to be the MVP?
Come on, Sam.
And hopefully, for the soundbite wise, because that's what we want, George Kittle. I want George Kittle, the tight end, to be.
And I want him.
Super Bowl MVP George Kittle.
I doubt tight end will win it. But
I want him to be the front man for Skittles. Kittle for Skittles. You know what I mean?
See, I think the Super Bowl MVP will be George Bailey.
Whoa.
My wild-ass prediction, it goes back to my episode 1 of this very program prediction. I'm still going with Baker Mayfield as MVP.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just hanging with that. He's got those great commercials where he's in that big empty stadium by himself. I think the guy's got a shot.
Oh,
That's where I'm leaving that.
He's an MVP of grass. You know, he knows how to turf it.
Well, yeah, that might be it.
But anyway,
Is that it?
that's it for me. I got to walk away now. It's getting a little deepish.
Yeah, we are the Sport Weasels. We give you 20 minutes, and we give you, I don't know what we give you anymore.
Heartburn.
We close with, gentlemen, what illness do martial artists get?
I don't know.
The Kung Flu.
Of course.
We have a sponsor on this program, Henry Lawrence Clothier, where the models buy their clothes. There are 23 area locations, including Cottage Grove at 63rd.
Drop by anytime and see Abe.
Abe, the guy with the beard. That's it for now. We'll see you next time on our program, Sports and Other Stuff. So long for now.